Hello and welcome to this video that's going to outline and discuss the graphical import representation of IronCAD. It's important to note that the graphical import option works with the native translator product for IronCAD, which is a separate purchase. It's also available for a 30-day trial. We'll go ahead and import a file. We'll notice I'll select a SolidWorks file here, and you'll see that down below I have an option for import graphical representation, and this option will show up if you select any of the supported file types. So I'll go ahead and select that option and open the file. And basically what graphical import does is it imports just the facet data of the format, and it's a lightweight format. And the reason why you would use something like this is to save file size, get better large file performance, and just give you something to reference rather than be able to modify. So if you needed just to snap to or size geometry to the imported geometry, you can do that with the graphical import. You can see that it brings in the file structure, same file structure as the native format. If we look at this in SolidWorks, you see we've got the subassembly and the main assembly there. So the structure is there. So basically that's how the graphical import works. There's some files that aren't going to have the graphical data embedded in them, and that's okay. And the reason why that happens is sometimes the graphical data is not stored with the native CAD file. Either it's an option in that CAD system, or the user has that option turned off, maybe to save space or for some other reason. But we can extract graphical data from the format anyway in most cases. So I'll grab another file format, and we'll grab imported graphical representation. And this will take a little bit longer because it's extracting the data from the BREP model and creating the facet data for us, but it still in most cases is faster than importing the complete BREP model. So we'll let that load there for a minute. So you see there we have our imported design, and I want to point out that you can do measurements on this data. So we can come in and we can take measurements. We can go into our annotation measurement command, and I can pick points on the data there and get measurements. Some limitations to point out: we cannot do the curve measurement for measure curve edges, or face measurements. If you select those and pick on the part, you'll get a message saying it's not a valid edge for this operation. So that's just something to point out. Going back to the SolidWorks imported file, I want to point out one last thing, that you can go ahead and load the boundary rep data, the actual solid model data, from the facet data. If we right click a subassembly, for instance, you can do this at any level, so you can selectively right click and select replace by imported BREP, and see that just imported the boundary representation for the shaft assembly there. And you see the part names change. The structure can change in some cases if the assembly information is no longer there, or if it's multi-body parts, or there's certain conditions that it cannot extract that information any further. So that was just a quick overview of the graphical import representation. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much.